I've said some things about him that he probably wouldn't like. He's got to find a club that's willing to pay at least half of what he's getting paid now. Is there anybody out there willing to pay that? You know, if there's a problem somewhere, are we to shun it? To say, oh, they shouldn't be allowed to do this and they shouldn't be allowed to do that. You put everybody else who's probably writing negative stories or talking negatively about it, if that knock on their door came, they're not looking back.
Okay, I hear you.
Let's leave it there.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Joe. Today we're at the 5 offices with the man himself, Rio Ferdinand. Thanks for having us down.
How you doing, man? You alright?
Yeah, very well, mate.
Good.
Very well. So first of all, I want to ask you a couple of questions about 5 generally, and how's it been going? Yeah,
it's been great. I mean, the growth has been phenomenal. The interaction, the fan base is growing ridiculously well. We go anywhere now, and as many people come up to me about Man United and what we've done there, there's a lot of people as well coming up about 5. Joel Bayer's become a superstar in his own right. So has Steve. Steve's been in LA this week and just been getting like inundated with messages and shout outs about the show. So yeah, I travelled here this morning on the way in. I'm getting people saying, yeah, make sure the next show, the new season, you're flying and stuff. So yeah, listen, it's been a whirlwind. It's been great. And we're just looking to take it up another notch this season.
Well, yeah, you said you're looking to take it up another notch. What's the plan for the new season?
More interviews, a bit more in-depth interviews. We've got some. We had some interviews last season. We just want to drive that up again. We've got some great people in the pipeline to come. So make sure you keep your eyes peeled for that. And we've got other shows that are coming on the platform. We've got some great people that have come on. Harry Panero's got his own show. He's got 2 shows, I think, this season dropping. One of them is like a ridiculous show, especially. Like I love both of them, but one of them is like one that I would sit and watch regular because the depth and the detail of legends and current players. I can't give you any more. That's it. But either nice, sick, and Flex and my brother and Danny Murphy have got a great show on there as well. Culture Cams as well. We've got loads of great content creators. Ashley Williams and Steve show is unreal. It's a funny show, man. Has it got a name yet?
No.
He ain't even got a name.
No name yet.
But so we've got different shows coming throughout the season and just looking to build on what we've already got.
I want to start just asking a couple of questions about something big that's happened this summer, and that's moves to the Saudi League. What have you made about those moves to the Saudi League? There's been a lot of noise around them.
You put everybody else who's probably writing negative stories or talking negatively about it, if that knock on their door came in their industry or in their life, they're not looking back. They're not. It's an adventure. They're getting rewarded financially supremely well, changing the life of not only themselves, but probably future generations and their families. They're getting a chance to experience something very different, a new culture, a new environment. The only thing that's different is that it's from a place that we've never actually imagined would be able to do this or would think about doing this.
Yeah.
But I keep saying this, and I've said it a lot. Look at the difference in Messi going to Miami compared to a Cristiano going to Saudi League, or Benzema going there, or Kante, etc., Mahrez now, and getting completely like torn apart. And you've got like Messi going somewhere else or other players. Beckham went there to America. Robbie Keane went there. Frank Lampard, Steven Gerrard, Wayne Rooney, they've all been to America and it's been clapped, applauded.
Yeah.
Are we saying America's perfect?
I'm not saying America's perfect.
That's what I'm saying, but it would suggest the way it's reported that America's perfect and Saudi Arabia are absolute monsters. That's what the way that it's being reported as. And I would argue that a lot of countries, most if not all countries, have some form of negative kind of actions at times, and none of them are perfect. What do you think?
Well, yeah, look, no one cares what I think, to be honest.
But I would like to know.
You'd like to know.
Yeah.
I think there's a fair conversation to be had around Saudi Arabia because of the human rights. But your point about America's the same. They've had many mass shootings this year, and no one seems to be getting a handle on that. But with Saudi, it's the human rights. It's the way that lots of sports have been paid into recently that I think a lot of people have a problem with, right? Golf's the same.
Do you know what I always think as well? You know, if there's a problem somewhere, are we to shun it? I just don't think you should stand there and judge other countries and say, right, stay clear of that country. To say, oh, they shouldn't be allowed to do this and they shouldn't be allowed to do that because of this.
So if you were still playing and that
I'll be there.
Yeah.
I would be in Saudi right now. I would. And I'd say if you need me to swim there, I'd swim. Because I think that's just... You can't argue with a man that's going there and getting rewarded the way that he is, and a new experience, taking his family on a ridiculous adventure as well, like giving your family a chance to experience something that they've never had a chance of experiencing as well. I don't get it.
So look, take it back to the Premier League, a club that you know very well, Manchester United. There's been a lot of noise around Harry Maguire again this summer, as always, as there always seems to be. People love hating on Harry Maguire. What if you were in his position now? What would you be looking to do? Do you think?
I'll be gone. I'll be out of Man United. No.
Yeah.
I just think he needs a new. I even watched a game the other day, a friendly, and he's getting like, you can hear shouts in the stadium, and I heard a lot of people saying there's a lot of people like you feel the bad energy in the stadium when he gets on the ball sometimes or whatever. But man, do you want to wake up and go and play football like that? Do you want to feel like that? Do you want to feel that the energy in the stadium or around the place, or even in the media because you're at the club? Just start afresh, I think. But I don't think it's all in his hands. That's the difference. That's the problem. It's not all in Harry Maguire's hands. He can't just say, I'm going to get up and go to a club, because there's big money involved.
Yeah.
He's got to find a club that's willing to pay at least half of what he's getting paid now.
Sure.
Or the full 200 and whatever it is, £1,000 a week, and then the fee. And the problem is I think the question is there anybody out there willing to pay that?
Well, yeah, look, apparently West Ham came in, but I don't think they could afford those wages at all.
So that's what I'm saying. So it's out of his hands. He might have to stay at Man United now.
Yeah. Have you spoken to him at all about it?
No. I reached out to him earlier in his career there, but then we were going to get together, but then obviously some stuff gets said. My job is to kind of critique and to analyse. And I've done that. And I've said some things about him that he probably wouldn't like. I wouldn't like some of the things that I've said about you if it was me. But then there comes a point when you've got to be probably a bit honest and look at it and say, is that person being vindictive, or are they just being honest and doing an honest appraisal of my performance? Yeah, I don't like it, but it's fair. And I think that's where I sit. Because at the same time, when he's been in England shirt and he's done well, there probably hasn't been many more people singing his praises as loudly as me. So you've got to take the rough with the smooth. Yeah,
absolutely. In Man United generally, have you been impressed with the business they've done this summer?
Yes. The way they've approached this window has been refreshing to me. It's been a positive outcome so far. Obviously, we're in the midst of the latest one, of the striker being done from Atalanta. Mason Mount being done, Onana being done, quick, efficient. So, and I think that's been very different to what we've seen, a lot of dragged on sagas in the transfer window at Man United over the recent years. Yeah,
it's become a bit of a...
painful.
Yeah. And I'm a Tottenham fan, so I know about things carrying on.
You're in more pain than me. You're in more pain than us.
Constant pain, yeah.
What's it like being a Spurs fan, man?
Now,
your owner's been indicted. Has he been indicted?
He's been asked. He basically put up 300 million quid to not go to prison for a little bit, but he's under alleged.
You must have some paper, man, to be putting up that type of money.
Well, I'll tell you what, we don't see that paper. Stays
that must make you feel worse as a Spurs fan.
Definitely, man.
He put 300 million up to save his own skin, which is understandable if you've got it.
Yeah.
But you guys are sitting there crying like poverty at times.
Yeah, no, it's not great. Look, I'm not going to lie to you, Rio. It's been tough.
Got the best stadium now in the game, and probably the best training ground in the country. You're sweating, brother. You right?
Well, look, I'm sweating because Harry Kane's going to go tomorrow, isn't he? That's
it. You reckon he's going to go?
I think if Bayern Munich put the right money down now, he goes. What do you think?
If I'm him, I go. The Spurs fans won't like me for saying it, but I think he's done so much in a Spurs shirt that I don't think there could be a Spurs fan on the planet that sits there and goes, he's out of order for leaving us. He's left us in the lurch. The guy's given his best years to Spurs.
Yeah.
He's got a chance of going somewhere and winning trophies. If he goes Bayern Munich, he's guaranteeing himself a league medal and maybe Champions League. Make him right.
Don't go, Harry, please don't go. Make sure to subscribe to 5 and check out all the stuff coming this season. Very exciting for them. And make sure to subscribe to Joe YouTube channel. Thank you for joining us.
Nice one.
Cheers, mate.